Did you know that viruses can cause cancer? Yes, you heard it right, and these are called oncogenic viruses. Viruses, those pesky intracellular pathogens, only reproduce within living cells, manipulating the cellular machinery to produce even more viruses. But this viral replication isn't just a simple multiplication game. It can have profound effects on the host cellular genes, sometimes leading down a path to cancer. Oncoviruses, as they're known, are not an anomaly. In fact, they account for about 20% of human cancer cases. That's no small figure. While many viruses can cause a variety of tumors in animals, only 7 of them are currently associated with human cancers, earning them the title of oncogenic viruses. These 7 include the likes of hepatitis B and C, human papillomavirus, and Epstein Barr virus, among others. Now that we have a basic understanding, delve deeper into each of these 7 oncogenic viruses and the specific cancers they cause. First on our list is the hepatitis B and C viruses. These viruses are notorious for their role in liver diseases, most notably hepatocellular carcinoma, the most common form of liver cancer. Hepatitis B and C viruses make their way into liver cells and manipulate the cellular machinery, leading to uncontrolled growth and proliferation. The hepatitis B virus, or HBV, is a DNA virus that incorporates itself into the genome of the host cell. On the other hand, hepatitis C virus, or HCV, is an RNA virus that doesn't integrate itself, but still has a profound impact on cellular processes. These viruses are responsible for an overwhelming 80% of hepatocellular carcinoma cases globally. This is a staggering figure, considering the severity and often fatal outcome of this cancer type. The impact of hepatitis B and C viruses on liver health is immense. Thus, hepatitis B and C pose a significant risk to liver health. Next up, we have the human papillomavirus, more commonly known as HPV. This virus holds a dubious distinction. It's one of the major players when we talk about cervical cancer. But its influence doesn't stop there. It's also linked to other ano-genital neoplasms, impacting various regions of the body. Now, let's not forget about its significant contribution to head and neck tumors. Yes, this virus is a bit of a chameleon, having a hand in various types of cancers. It's not the kind of virus that plays favorites. It's important to understand that it's the high-risk HPV strains that we're talking about here. These strains are like the bad seeds of the HPV family, causing a lot of damage in their wake. So, when we're talking about HPV, we're not just referencing a single virus, but a group of viruses, each with their unique characteristics and effects. HPV, without a doubt, plays a major role in several types of cancer. Now let's explore the Epstein Barr virus and human herpes virus 8. First up, the Epstein Barr virus, or EBV. This is a common virus that most people get exposed to at some point in their lives. However, in certain cases, this virus can take a dangerous turn and lead to various types of cancer. Among them, we have nasopharyngeal carcinoma, a type of head and neck cancer that begins in the upper part of the throat behind the nose, close to the base of the skull. EBV has also been linked to Hodgkin's lymphoma, a type of blood cancer that affects the lymphatic system, which is a part of the body's immune system. The third type of cancer associated with EBV is Burkitt's lymphoma, a form of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that commonly affects children. Moving on to the human herpes virus 8. Also known as Kaposi's sarcoma-associated herpes virus, or KSHV. This virus is responsible for causing Kaposi's sarcoma, a type of cancer that forms masses in the skin, lymph nodes, or other organs. Kaposi's sarcoma was quite rare until the advent of the AIDS epidemic. The weakened immune system in AIDS patients allows KSHV to become active, leading to the development of Kaposi's sarcoma. It's worth noting that Kaposi's sarcoma can also occur in people with a normal immune system, but it's much less common. To sum up, both the Epstein Barr virus and human herpes virus 8 are prime examples of how viruses can manipulate our body's cells to cause cancer. EBV is associated with nasopharyngeal carcinoma, Hodgkin's lymphoma, and Burkitt's lymphoma, while KSHV is responsible for Kaposi's sarcoma. Remember, these viruses are quite common, and exposure to them does not guarantee that you will develop cancer. However, understanding their role in cancer development can help us find better ways to prevent and treat these diseases. These viruses, while less known, are equally damaging. Last but not least, we have the Merkel cell polyomavirus and HTLV-1. Let's start with the Merkel cell polyomavirus, often abbreviated as MCPyV. This virus is quite unique as it is strongly associated with a rare and aggressive form of skin cancer known as Merkel cell carcinoma. The cancer begins in the Merkel cells, located at the bottom layer of the skin's surface. These cells are quite important as they help us sense touch. Now, let's move on to HTLV-1, or the human T-cell leukemia virus type 1. This virus is known to be the causative agent of a type of non-Hodgkin lymphoma called adult T-cell lymphoma. HTLV-1 infects T cells, a type of white blood cell, and can lead to their uncontrolled proliferation, resulting in this aggressive form of lymphoma. As we see, these viruses are not to be underestimated. In conclusion, viruses can indeed cause cancer. We've learned about 7 specific oncogenic viruses and the distinct types of cancer they cause. Hepatitis B and C viruses are responsible for approximately 80% of hepatocellular carcinoma, the most common liver cancer. High-risk strains of the human papillomavirus are major contributors to cervical cancer and other ano-genital neoplasms, as well as a significant proportion of head and neck tumors. The Epstein Barr virus is linked to nasopharyngeal carcinoma, Hodgkin's lymphoma, and Burkitt's lymphoma. Human herpesvirus 8, also known as Kaposi's sarcoma-associated herpesvirus, triggers Kaposi's sarcoma, often found in patients with AIDS. Merkel cell polyomavirus incites Merkel cell carcinoma, and HTLV-1 is the causative agent of adult T-cell lymphoma. These viruses beautifully illustrate the intricate relationship between pathogens and their hosts. Knowledge is power, and understanding these oncogenic viruses is a step towards prevention and effective treatment.